Good morning, everybody. It is time for Tina Book Tuesday, episode 55 with author Lisa Prysock. I am coming to you from my dining room here in Kentucky. I have some tea to drink, and I hope you have something to drink that you enjoy and a few minutes to chat with me. I thought I would talk a little bit about where I'm at with our Christmas preparations. I've been running a little behind on that with all the things we do year round as a writer. And this year, I'm much farther behind than I usually am. Last year, of course, we were having Nick's surgery in Maryland, and we came home and we had just enough time to go to the Christmas program at church. Afterwards, we went to the store and bought something for everyone. We were buying Christmas socks for everyone. And on Christmas Eve, when we opened gifts with some of our family members, they had a sock exchange going down. And then we didn't put up a tree because there wasn't time, but we did make a nice dinner. So I think we just took the plant that was in the foyer. We had one of those fake trees in the foyer, and we set that in the corner in the living room, and that became the Christmas tree. So this year, we're going to put our tree up on Saturday, and this week, I spent some time doing some Christmas shopping and designing a Christmas card. I'm going to send out a Christmas card to just a few people, about 50 close friends and family this year. Although in some years past, I have done a little more for readers and so forth, but because I'm running behind this year, I probably won't be able to do that. And I did decide to do most of my Christmas shopping online to make this process streamlined for us and just a little bit easier, considering all things, and safer with the COVID precautions still going on and recommended in our state. And Kentucky had a spike after Thanksgiving, so we thought we would do our Christmas shopping online this year. So we've tried to do the majority of that. And as I was considering this year who to buy for and who would be on our list, as it does vary a little bit each year depending on our resources and what we can do and how much time we have to prepare. But this year in particular, it has been such a hard year, and I was just reminded that I am the oldest living relative left on my mom's side of the family. So that being said, I take the responsibility of being an aunt and a sister, and kind of like the matriarch of the family now. I take that responsibility seriously, and I wanted to do whatever we can to step up in the lives of our nieces and nephews and their little ones, because both my mom and my grandmother on my maternal side are passed away, and there was a really long time since my parents were divorced when we were really estranged from our fathers. So there isn't a paternal grandparent that normally steps up on that side because we recently reunited with him. And so you can imagine how crazy that would be to go from, having 4 or 5 grandchildren to all of a sudden, oh, there's like 20 of them. So, we haven't, expected him to do that, being that he's just come back into our lives. And I really feel like that was the Lord bringing us all together, and just allowing us to get to know him more. But so we just usually exchange Christmas cards and Christmas greetings and phone calls and emails and letters and things like that. So, which I'm very thankful for. But being the oldest living relative left on my maternal side, I do try to usually do something for my nieces and nephews whenever we can. So it's kind of been a hit and miss thing, but now my mom has been gone for 2 years. And so it's just even more important to me this year in particular with all that's happened with COVID, and so many people have lost family members. And, we lost a nephew at the beginning of this year. So I just really wanted this year to be particular. And I wanted to send a message of love and remember that when we do that, when we send our gifts and our cards or whatever it is that you can do, even if it's just a tin of cookies or something that you baked homemade, you can do things like that, or a box of candy or a centerpiece for someone's table at Christmas. Just remember, that if you're an auntie to someone or a sister or a grandparent or an uncle or a cousin, you are important and you're needed. So if it's not a hardship, do what you can, even if it's just a card or a small gift. Maybe it's only, something like a coloring book and crayons. You never know, especially if it comes with a good message about Jesus or something that a child can learn from, or just a book for someone can be a wonderful gift, even if it's like a used book. Those can be wonderful gift ideas. So I just had a blast doing the toy shopping thing this year and really tried to make sure. And there were my one niece has 2 children and my other niece has 4. And then I have a niece who's expecting, and I have a niece and a nephew on another side. And so I was just like, wow. And that's not even really all of them, because I have siblings that I haven't really gotten to know that well yet, that I also would really like to try to buy for too. But when you start adding it up, there's about 5 more on that side. And I think I've lost track. So, but I've tried to do what I can, at least for my mom's branch. And being that I'm the oldest living relative left. So challenging times, but I enjoyed it. And I can't wait to see the looks on their faces when they open up their toys. And if you love Christmas as much as I do, I just think, this is another way as a Christian and as a Christian leader in my family that maybe I can connect with them as through our gift giving and card giving on holidays and birthdays and things like that. So remember, each one of us is important to someone else, and don't ever think that you aren't. And thanks for joining me for this week's episode of Tea in a Book Tuesday, episode 55. Give me a shout out if you got to see this.